I require immediate assistance.
How may I help you today?
Do not do that.
Well, then I'll just start the stream. Isn't that amazing? You get to be on stream before me, even.
It does feel like a bit of an honor, to be fair. Oh, no, I can message.
Wow.
I should probably mute my
I'm
phone.
so honored that you even turned off your phone to be on here. Damn, you
Yeah,
must feel really, really, really strongly about this. Oh my god, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I could ever.
I don't
be
think
ready.
anyone's ready. I think at this point, people are just joining in, not for the Bible, not for us reading it. They're only joining it to witness both of us suffer. Like that's the only reason people are even tuning in to this. Like they don't care anymore what we do to the Bible, how we read it, what the Bible. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we are fucking miserable.
Hold. We don't do anything to the Bible. It's what the Bible does to us.
That's the one.
This is.
Speaking of which,
this is just self-defense.
Yeah, this is self-defense.
Would you like to elaborate what you're talking about?
What was we talking about?
What is self-defense? What do you have there?
I have Fanta mixed with a jar of moonshine that I've put sour candy into it, making it a really unhealthy concoction, which mixes unhealthily well with Fanta. Like this is half of this is literally just alcohol. I'm just fucking sipping it like a juice.
You could have also pointed at yourself and said half of this is just alcohol.
Well, it will be by the end of the stream.
I sure hope so.
Oh.
Anything else you would like to share with the class?
I don't think so. I mean, I got some barbecue sauce.
Ugh. Maybe you should pour some of that into your drink.
I don't think I'm drunk enough to do that yet.
Okay, when do I have to ask again?
I don't recommend. Just mostly because I don't want to do it.
How much?
Oh, fuck.
I'm waiting.
Nah, I think I'm fine. I'm funnily enough not desperate at the moment. I've got all I need in life for the time being. I even have some money, so for the moment being, I'm fine.
You have all you need in life. Okay. Do you have a purpose?
I mean, my purpose is to cause chaos and mild inconvenience. So I'm probably doing that to someone on a daily basis. So yeah, let's go with yes.
Okay, good. I guess we can get into it.
Can we not just get out of it?
No, but you could get your drink out of your glass into yourself. That would probably help.
You've never had a better idea than this.
Maybe another one just for good measure.
I might as well just down the fucking jar. I grant you permission to start.
Thank you. Ooh. All right. We stopped here. Leviosa 24. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, you know, I'm gonna let you off the hook on this one.
What did I do?
The Bible did, and the Lord spoke to Moses, and you didn't drink, but you already drank before, so
I've had pre-drinks, I'm fine.
So I'll let this one slide. Instruct the sons of Israel so that they may bring to you clear oil from the purest olives, in order to supply the lamps continuously, outside the veil of the testimony in the tabernacle of the covenant.
I've got a question.
What is it, Daddy?
How do you define a pure olive?
It's an olive where it's just olive. You didn't mix it with anything. So if you have an olive and you just inject it with a sprinkle of blood, then it's no longer pure.
But if you have a bunch of pure olives, which one of them is the purest?
They are all the purest.
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
Several maximums, maxima of the whatever. And triple Aaron shall place these from evening until morning before the Lord as a perpetual worship and ritual in your generations. They shall be placed upon the most pure candlestick in the sight of the Lord always. You shall also receive fine wheat flour, and you shall bake 12 loaves from it, each loaf of which shall have 2/10. And you shall arrange them, 6 on each side, upon the most pure table before the Lord.
I've got a question.
You just wipe it real good.
Okay, thank you.
And you shall place them upon the clearest frankincense, so that the bread may be a memorial of oblation for the Lord. On each Sabbath they shall be changed before the Lord, having been received from the sons of Israel as an everlasting covenant. And they shall be for triple Aaron and his sons, so that they may eat these in the holy place. For it is the holy of holies from the sacrifices of the Lord as a perpetual rite. I don't know what the fuck I just read, but I'm just gonna move on.
I understood the words, I just don't understand the context.
Same.
It's all just blending in.
Then, behold, the son of an Israelite woman, whom she had borne of an Egyptian man among the sons of Israel, going out, was quarreling in the camp with the men of Israel. And when he had blasphemed, I don't think I've ever seen that used as a verb. Interesting.
Blasphemed. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, blasphemed. Let's go with that. The name and had cursed it, he was led to Moses. Now, his mother was called Shelomith, the daughter of Zibri from the tribe of Dan. And they sent him to prison, until they might know what the Lord would command. Who spoke to Moses, saying, that counts as half.
Okay.
Hello, Lord Croton. You missed hardly anything. But we missed most of you.
Hola, senor.
Damn. You even know how to pronounce it.
Would you like a peanut?
I think I still have peanuts somewhere.
I have this strange relationship with peanuts. I don't like peanuts unless they're in some way flavored. Like these are like chili ones, like roasted and chili ones. They're really nice, but just like regular salted ones, I'm like, eh.
I prefer regular ones, not even salted, just roasted, and that's it.
No, I'm just nah.
Lead away the blasphemer upon his... oh wait, I missed the line. Lead away the blasphemer beyond the camp, and let all who heard him place their hands upon his head, and let the entire people stone him. Wait, let all who heard him place their hands upon his head. But what if like 50 people heard him?
Well, there's gonna be a lot of people touching him.
Woo woo. Well, I guess they didn't specify which head.
0 to an orgy really quickly.
And you shall say to the sons of Israel, the man who curses his skytis shall bear his sin, and whoever will have blasphemed the name of the Lord shall be put to death. The entire multitude shall overwhelm him with stones, whether he be a citizen or a sojourner. Whoever blasphemes the name of the Lord shall be put to death. Oh wait, where have I read that before?
Oh, like 2 lines up.
I had an interesting talk with someone though yesterday, and really, it was an interesting perspective. So I mentioned that I read the Bible for comedic purposes, and it's really stupid how poorly written it is because they keep repeating it, just like they did right there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Counterpoint. The Bible is aimed at stupid people. How would people get it if you don't repeat it over and over?
You know what?
Yeah,
I
know. I know.
That's so logical. It actually hurts me.
Yeah, I know. It's just this fucking realization that makes way too much sense to ever exist. It's just how? Just but exactly.
I feel somehow lied to.
But hey, think of it this way. We point out that it's repeated and that it's stupid, which means we're clearly intelligent enough to realize it, so we're not the intended target audience for the Bible, which is a relief.
And yet here we are.
And just because we're not the intended target audience doesn't mean we can't enjoy it. Whoever will have struck and killed a man shall be put to death. Didn't we have this before as well? Whoever will have struck down an animal shall repay its equivalent. That is, a life for a life. Wait. Hold on. So if you kill an animal, you have to pay with a life, either yours or maybe a family member. But yeah, if you kill an animal...
Or different animals, or your animal's life.
Well, yeah, I guess you could strike down another animal, but then you have to pay for that animal's life with another life. So basically, if you kill an animal, you have to give someone else's life or yours. A human's life, basically. Or a cattle's life, because cattle are not animals. But the weird thing is, wasn't it said that you can't touch anything that died or was killed by a wild beast? So if you want food, if you want meat, you have to kill the animal yourself.
Yes.
Because if you find an animal that has been hunted down and then you eat that, that's dirty. Then you're a dirty boy for the rest of the day or week or however long. So that's not okay. But if you kill the animal, then you also have to pay for pay for its life with another life. So hold on.
Are you just supposed to wait till it dies of old age?
But isn't that also? I don't know. I'm just wondering, is God indirectly enforcing veganism? You're not allowed to eat meat. Yeah,
I just wait till it dies of old age. There you go. Or you just starve it.
Whoever will have inflicted a blemish on any of his citizens, just as he has done, so shall it be done to him. Fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, shall he repay. Whatever degree of blemish he has inflicted, so shall he be compelled to suffer. Whoever strikes down a beast shall repay another. Whoever strikes a man shall be punished. Let there be equal judgment among you, whether it is a sojourner or a citizen who will have sinned. For I am the Lord your Skytus. Wait! He's the Lord your Skytus again!
Has he downgraded himself again?
No, upgraded. Before it was always I am the Lardo. And we were wondering why it's no longer the Lord your Skytus. Just as we had established the drinking rules, and now we're back to I am the Lord your Skytus. I'm excited where this is going.
I'm gonna die.
We finally have the Lord our Skytus back. And Moses spoke to the sons of Israel, and they led away him who had blasphemed beyond the camp, and they overwhelmed him with stones. And the sons of Israel did just as the Lord had instructed Moses. They overwhelmed him with stones. I'm just imagining he's being brought behind the camp, and then two people are maybe holding him in place and just says, okay, you stay here, and the rest just go back and grab like bags and bags upon stones, and then they just bring them to him and just lay them out in front of him, and he's like, oh my god, that's so many stones, that's so overwhelming.
No, they just give him like a handful of sand and tell him to count it.
That would be pretty overwhelming, so yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
Livio 25. And the Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai, saying, speak to the sons of Israel, and you shall say to them, also start with the Lord spoke to Moses, just saying.
Oh, fuck.
You shall say to them, when you will have entered into the land which I will give to you, rest on the Sabbath of the Lord. Wait, I thought Sabbath was just a general thing. Why is it now of the Lord? Do they have different?
This is like a leveled up version.
Do they have like different weeks? You know, like there's different calendars. Maybe they had different weeks back then, and they had their Sabbaths on different days. For 6 years you shall sow your field, and for 6 years you shall care for your vineyard, and you shall gather its fruits. Then after 6 years you're like, yeah, I don't care about that anymore. Let it go to rot.
It's just 6, okay.
But in the 7th year there shall be a Sabbath of the land, a resting of the Lord. Hold on.
Oh no.
They misspelled arresting. I mean, he's basically there's criminals, there's like serial murderers, there's war criminals, and then there's the Lord. He's like a level above war criminal at this point, I would say.
He commits war crimes for breakfast.
You know, just for him, they coded into the game a 6-star in GTA.
Oh my fucking god.
You shall not sow your field, and you shall not care for your vineyard. Did I just read that again? No, they just put that again because the Bible is made for stupid people. Okay.
I'm glad we established that.
What the soil shall spontaneously produce, you shall not harvest, and you shall not gather the grapes of the first fruits as a crop, for it is a year of a rest for the land. Okay, wait. What the soil shall spontaneously produce. So if you just look at the ground, and then like within a second, a plant just pops up, you're not allowed to take that. But if it slowly grows, then it's fine. What does that mean?
Is that like the whole beanstalk story thing?
Yeah,
where
I think so.
It just shoots up in the sky.
Yeah, you shall not harvest that because that's literally your ladder, stairway, whatever to heaven. I mean, how else is the Lord? How else will the Lord descend? Other than upside down the mountain upwards.
Descended downwards.
Okay, and don't gather the grapes because the land shall rest. I guess they understood that the nature and everything needs to recover back then already. I know we learned that in school, where you have 3 crop fields and you always only use 2 of them, and one of them alternating each year is not being harvested.
Wait,
what are you supposed to do when you didn't store enough crops?
Wait. I got. Wait.
Nah, there's an easy fix. If you didn't store enough crops, you strike down an animal and eat it. But then you have struck down an animal, so you have to pay with another life.
No.
So you strike down another animal and eat it, and then you just keep killing an animal a day until. Why am I even here? Can you put that as a comment so it doesn't ruin everything? Isn't that a feature?
Wait.
Maybe clarify why you will die, not just something.
There you go.
I mean, I can't even complain because no matter what you do to the Bible, you can't make it any worse.
I know.
But these shall be your food. These shall be yours for food, for you and for your men and women servants. Wait, only for men and then for women servants, or for men and women servants?
Usually it would specify men servants and women servants.
Yeah, so all women and all men servants will basically not get food?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Men servants, women, non-servants, just starve. And for your hired hands, and for the newcomers who sojourn with you. All that grows on its own shall provide food for your beasts and cattle. You shall also number for yourselves 7 weeks of years. 7 weeks of years? So 7 weeks of any year, just at any point in the future, 7 weeks. Or what the fuck does that mean? That is 7 times 7. Wait, what? You shall number for yourselves 7 weeks of years. That is 7 times 7. No, 7 times 7 is not that. That's not how math works. 7 times 7 is 49, I believe.
You know how Jewish people don't do maths very well? I get it now.
Wait, 7 times 7, which together makes 49 years. Wait. You shall number for yourselves 7 weeks of years. I think he's using week as a, like, a dozen is 12, right?
Yes.
And a week is just the number 7. I think that's what this is implying.
Oh my fucking god.
Because 7 weeks, which would be 7 times 7 years, that is 7 times 7 multiplied with the unit, which is years, which makes 49 years.
You know what? That somehow makes sense.
Weeks used like dozen. 1 dozen equals 12. 1 week equals 7. No units given.
This just reminds me of my apprentice at work that used to work there a while ago. When I asked him to divide,
I feel like this story is going to tie up some loose ends.
When I asked him to divide 60 by 3,
I said this is going to tie up some loose ends. I hate you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, yeah.
Fuck you, Teras.
Yeah, no, this is a different story, although still relevant to him being an idiot. I had to divide 60 by 3, and he immediately reached for his calculator, and when I told him he can't use the calculator, he spent about 15 to 20 minutes just counting and trying to figure it out, and he came up with 15. Because we all know that 60 divided by 3 is 15, duh.
Now here's the sad part. That wasn't Teras' apprentice, that was just Teras.
Rude.
Okay, so what shall we do? Something 49 years. You shall number for yourselves 49 years. Okay, so something about 49 years. This verse by itself doesn't make much sense, so let's continue. And you shall sound the trumpet in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, at the time of the atonement, throughout all your land. The trumpet, the one singular trumpet. You just have to blow it so strongly that everybody can hear it.
That's some fucking steel lungs they must have.
Or maybe they just used amplifiers and all that back then. I mean, the Lord had instructions on how to build stuff. Maybe he also had instructions on how to...
That's patently absurd.
I don't think he had a patent on that. And you shall sanctify the 50th year, and you shall proclaim a remission for all the inhabitants of your lands. For the same is the Jubilee. I presume that's how you pronounce that. A man shall return to his possession. What does that even mean? And each one shall go back to his original family, for it is the Jubilee of the 50th year. You shall not sow, and you shall not reap what grows in the field of its own accord, and you shall not gather for the first fruits of the crop, due to the sanctification of the Jubilee, but you shall eat them as they present themselves. What the fuck did I just read?
I don't know.
Well, I'll see you later.
Oh my fucking god.
Help! I fall and I can't get up.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it definitely wasn't that.
Really? Well then.
Just fucking slithered away like a slug. Oh, fuck. That's a good, I like that. That's
Well, now we have no more lighting because I haven't figured out how to do the lighting, but whatever. Good enough.
Who needs lighting anyway?
Yeah, we're here for enlightenment, not light. Okay, so what I'm wondering about, a man shall return to his possession. Is the possession the land, or is that referring to the wife? So it's like, go home, basically? That's what I'm not quite sure on.
I wish I could answer that question for you, but at this point, I don't know what's going on.
And then also in the 50th year, you eat first crops as they present themselves. So I guess
so the moment they grow, you have to fucking swallow them all off of the stalk.
Maybe it's not a temporal as, but it's just in the way that they present themselves. So you're not allowed to take a grape and then process it, make it into something else. You just have to eat it raw, basically. You can't make a stew or
I just eat it off of the stalk.
Sure.
Like right there and then.
With the entire plant, because that's how it presented itself.
Just fucking deep throat the whole stalk.
In the year of the Jubilee, all shall return to their possessions. What if I don't have any possessions? Then I just disappear?
Yes.
I don't get it, but sure. I mean, why not? When you will sell anything to your fellow citizen or buy anything from him, do not cause your brother grief. Imagine just being like, your dad tells you, oh, hey, you gotta get us some food. And remember, don't buy the stuff that makes your brother sad this time. Don't cause your brother grief. But buy from him according to the number of years from the Jubilee, and he shall sell to you according to the computation of the produce. What? According to the number of years from the Jubilee. So that would be at the 50th year. So you go, if you want to buy something, and you have to buy as many in quantity as years have passed since that 50th year. So, hold on, Teras. If we were to buy something right now, we would have to buy several thousands of those. Because we are in a year of several thousands since then.
Yes.
Okay, what is it, Teras?
What's the Jubilee thing? I've sort of like, I've been hearing it over and over again now, and at first I just ignored it because I didn't realize it was going to come up so often. But now that it's come up so often, I kind of prefer to know what it actually is.
This is where it first was mentioned. What I highlighted. Yeah, the 49. Remember the 14. 7 times 7 equals 49 years.
Yes.
Here, and then trumpets. That blah blah blah. And you shall sanctify the 50th year, and you shall proclaim a remission, for the same is the Jubilee. So I presume the 50th year is that. So it's just 50 years since whatever the fuck they did in those 49 years.
Understandable.
which is where was it? Here, and then but buy from him according to the number of years from the Jubilee. So, or is it how many years it is still away, which would be either an infinite, or if we have some sort of overflow in the data type, then maybe you could calculate that, but I don't quite understand these instructions.
Understandable.
The more years that will remain after the Jubilee, the more the price shall increase, and the less the time is numbered. So much less shall the purchase price be. Wait, what? What the fuck did I just read? What does this say? The more years that will remain after the Jubilee. So how do we know how many years remain after it? Is it like did the Lord give us an end time when like the entire world is going to collapse and cease to exist?
Wasn't that 2012 or something?
Yeah, that's just when their calendar ended, as everyone realized later on. But so the more years will remain, the more the price shall increase, and the less the time is numbered, so much less shall. Okay, so if less years are remaining, then it shall be cheaper, and if more years are remaining, then so once again we're just repeating basically the inverse of what was previously mentioned. So it's just redundant.
I'm gonna be right back because I've drunk alcohol, so I have to.
How about
have to do the thing?
How about you be a left back instead?
Yeah, I can do that as well.
For he will sell to you the time for the produce. Wait, what? He will sell to you. So you were going and buying something without causing your brother grief, and you buy according to the number of years, for whatever the fuck that means, sure. And then depending, the price will basically depend on the year, simply said. Like depending which year it is, the price will change. For he will sell to you the time for the produce. I think this is supposed to say like he will price it according to how long it took him to produce the product, which would make sense to a certain degree. If I can create a product that takes me months to make, then obviously I will charge more. But for he will, which means that this is a logical like follows from what was mentioned before. But that's what I don't understand. For he will sell to you the time. He's not selling me the time, he's selling me the product. Like, let's we assume that if you invest time to create a product, then the time went into that product, and then when you're selling the product, you're also selling the time. I guess that would add up. So yeah, basically just depending on how difficult something was to manufacture, increase the price. And also depending on what year it is, because oh my god, I just realized something. God invented inflation. Oh, wait, wouldn't it? Hold on, isn't it deflation? Stuff gets cheaper, right? He said, hold on, more years remain, the more price will increase, but there's always less remaining, so stuff will get cheaper. So it would be the opposite, right? I always get the two confused. I just had a genius realization, Teras.
Okay, go on, enlighten me.
So we had the more years remain after the Jubilee, the more expensive something is, and the less years remain, the cheaper it is, right?
Yes, that is what we established. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's what the Lord said.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So we are changing the price and the value of things based on time. So basically, God invented deflation.
Right.
I just wanted to point out, yeah, God literally invented, well, inflation didn't really happen because the time doesn't go backwards, so he invented deflation.
Well, speaking of inflation,
you're about to inflate your skull with alcohol, I know.
I'm gonna send you something, and it's probably not something that you're gonna want to share on the stream. However, I can confirm that it's It's relevant to inflation.
Is it an inflatable sex doll?
I wish it was. Although those things, as it turns out, they're not very cheap. Like they're surprisingly pricey.
How would you know that?
Okay,
you know,
there's just things a man learns when he's on the internet long enough.
When a man loves no woman, he turns to the doll. Just as my parents taught me. Okay, where were we? Do be willing to afflict your countrymen, but let each one fear his skytus. For I am the Lord your skytus. He is the Lord your skytus.
So he is, yeah, my bad.
Okay, hold on, what the fuck did you send me? I don't even know if I understand what the OP is talking about in what context. What are we even inflating there?
Yeah, it's you have to. If you don't know, then you don't know.
While we're on the topic. Okay. Accomplish my precepts and observe my judgments and complete them, so that you may be able to live in the land without any fear. Oh yeah, if I was living under the rule of the largest guidance, I surely would not have ever any fear that I might die at any given moment from anything anyone does wrong.
You accidentally step on a mouse and you're like, oh fuck. You just go spontaneously fucking
you just explode, just like in ASDF movie, those turtles.
Hello. I can't read.
So that you may be able to live in the land without any fear, and so that the soil may produce its fruits to you, for you, from which you may eat, even to fullness, dreading violence by no one. Teras, do you need assistance?
No, I'm perfectly fine. I'm just opening my ham. It's ham.
Well, I surely hope that the animal didn't die of natural causes.
I don't know what it died of, but I'm so glad it's not my problem.
But if you will say, what shall we eat in the 7th year, if we do not sow and do not gather our produce? I will give my blessing to you in the 6th year, and it shall yield the produce of 3 years. Yeah.
What? That's a lot of years.
What a fucking asshole. So right now, as we were reading, in that year, the Lord is basically saying, okay, and for the next 49 years do this. And apparently every 7 years you're not allowed to harvest, the way I'm understanding it based on this now.
Yeah.
So if you will say, what shall we eat in the 7th year? I will give my blessing in the 6th year. So if people just forget to say it, if nobody says it, then they don't get a blessing, and then they all just fucking starve. It's sort of like an IQ test, basically. He's just checking. Are you paying attention? Are you?
Gets to the 7th year, it was like, wait, fuck.
No, 7th year starts and just nothing grows. They just realize, wait, not enough grew in the last year, and most like, wait. Who asked him what shall we do in the 7th year? I thought that was your job. I thought you were gonna do it.
I thought you had already done it. Just fucking blaming each other.
I wonder. Hold on. If you will say, what shall we eat, blah, 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 I will give my blessing to you in the 6th year. So what if you say it after the 6th year? Will you get a retroactive blessing and alter time?
Time travel confirmed? Question mark.
Oh, just 10 pages left, Teras.
Holy fucking shit. So
Yeah,
close,
that
yet
about sums
so
up the
far away.
Bible. The Bible truly is holy fucking shit.
We're so close, yet so far away.
I have to figure out where to get the New Testament and the Quran from for next. Also, why is there something on my monitor? Help. And in the 8th year you shall sow, but you shall eat from the old produce until the 9th year. Until what is new matures, you shall eat what is old. Ooh.
What?
Well, he's probably assuming that they ask in this, what shall we do in the 7th year, so they get the blessing in the 6th year, which means they get 3 years worth of food in year 6. So they eat 1 year in year 6, 1 year in year 7, where they're not allowed to harvest anything. And then they still have a backlog of 1 year for year 8. But during year 8, they're already producing new stuff. So they're supposed to not eat the newly produced stuff from year 8. They're supposed to eat the final ration from year 6. And then I guess in year 9, you eat from year 8 and so on. And
You know, that somehow makes sense.
Of course it does, it's the Bible. And the land shall not be sold in perpetuity, for it is mine. And you are newcomers and settlers to me. Didn't he say several times, I will give this land to you?
You may have mentioned it a couple of times, yeah. He said he will, but I don't think you've ever actually done it.
Okay, so we can conclude that he cannot be trusted. What a surprise! A fucking psychopath, war criminal, mass murderer cannot be trusted. Huh, go figure.
Very interesting. He sounds like such a trustable guy.
Oh, what an unexpected plot twist. I mean, he's the Lord our Skytis after all. How can he not be trusted? Therefore, every region of your possession shall be sold under the condition of redemption.
What?
Every region of your possession, which is none because all of them are Skytises, shall be sold under the condition of redemption.
Sounds like a very moot point.
Yeah, I don't fucking get it. If your brother, being in need, will have sold his little possession and his brother... wait, what? No, hold. Fuck, I skipped. If your brother, being in need, will have sold his little possession and his close relative is willing, he is able to redeem what he had sold. Ooh. What does this mean?
I need to read this again, wait.
Sure, go ahead.
Have you
Take your time.
Nah, I've got nothing. I didn't. It just seems like this Bible thing is making less and less sense the further we go.
No, what do you mean? If your brother
Yes.
was in need and thus had sold the possession that he never had. But let's just ignore that it's all Skytis. So let's just assume he has something. Just
okay, so
hypothetically.
he has something, right?
You have a brother, and he has,
something,
let's just
right?
say land, and he
Right.
really needs food, so he sells his land.
He sells. He doesn't have.
He sells his imaginary land. Correct.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And his close relative, so maybe you, maybe his mom, maybe his dad, maybe your sister, is willing, then he can redeem it. This is just a very convoluted way of saying if somebody that's close to him is willing to prostitute themselves, he can sell those services to get his land back.
Ooh.
That's why I said ooh, question mark.
I need more bread.
Khajiit swears if you have service. Oh, I was waiting for that so long.
My tower collapsed. My alcoholic tower.
But if he has no near relative and he himself is able to find the price to redeem it, The produce shall be calculated from that time when he sold it. Huh? And what is lacking he shall repay to the buyer, and so he shall receive his possession. What did I just read? So if he has nobody that can prostitute themselves for him, but he has the price to buy it back, basically.
Yes.
Then the produce shall be calculated from that time when he sold it. What is the produce in this context then?
The things on his land, question mark?
So he has to pay extra for what has since grown on the field?
Yes?
Even though they were already harvested and gone. So basically he's paying extra. This almost sounds like, what's the word for that? If you have something at one point and then at a later point the exact same thing is more expensive. I think there's a word for that.
A scam?
No, inflation. It's called fucking inflation. Here we are again.
You just invented inflation.
Well, he already invented deflation. It's not that far-fetched. But if his hand will not have discovered a way to repay the price, the buyer shall have what he bought until the year of the Jubilee. For in that year, all that has been sold shall return to the owner and to the original possessor. So you're not actually selling something, you're just lending it, or just leasing it, basically. Because
what if
every 49 years, I presume, Jubilees every 49 years, so every 49 years everything is just returned to the old status.
But what if you die? What if the guy you got it from dies? Do you keep it, or do you what? Does it
then you return it to the owner. So then you dig up the entire land and throw it into his grave, and it's like, here, there you go, that's your land.
Just fucking bags and bags of dirt and rubble and shit.
I guess you would give it to his family, who would have
what if he doesn't have
it?
a family?
Well, I guess then you just won the lottery.
Where does it say that?
I don't know. How would he not have a family? Have you paid any attention? Do you know how many children everyone has in the Bible? The only way for him to not have a family is to make sure that he does not have a family.
I'll make sure of that.
Whoever will have sold a house within the walls of a city shall have the freedom to redeem it until 1 year has been completed. Oh, so a 1 year refund policy. No questions asked. If he has not redeemed it.
Is that like the same as a manufacturer warranty?
Sort of, but if you are selling something and then you have the option to get it back, it's not like you're buying something and you're like, oh no, I don't like it, I give it back. No, the person that had the product and then sold it has the option to revert the contract. If he has not redeemed it and the year will have turned full circle, the buyer and his posterity shall possess it in perpetuity, and it is not able to be redeemed, even in the Jubilee. But didn't it just say...
Yeah, it did, yeah.
All? Where was it?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
In that year, all that has been sold shall return. I guess we're just making exceptions, so it's no longer all. All that has been sold except for houses. Houses in the city, within the city walls, I guess. But if the house is in a village, which has no walls, also the village. Just imagine a house without walls. Just put the pillar in the middle holding up roof, basically just an umbrella.
It's just a fucking oversized umbrella, yeah.
Which has no walls. It shall be sold by the law of the fields, which we totally established. I mean, who can forget about the law of the fields, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah, that's one, yeah.
If it has not been redeemed beforehand, then in the Jubilee it shall return to the owner. Yeah, just as the law of the field said. Of course.
Are you still standing?
Oh, you? I'm not standing, you're standing. What do you think? The buildings of the Levites, which are in the cities, are always to be redeemed. If they have not been redeemed, then in the Jubilee they shall return to the owners. For the houses of the cities of the Levites are for their possession among the sons of Israel. So we have even more rules about what can be sold. So if you're buying a house of a Levite, then you have to be really careful because it might just get yoinked back.
This is just fucking scam artist.
Make sure you read the fine print. Well, the Lord is just making up basically fine print so that his people can scam other people. That's what this really is. Essentially, that's what this boils down to. Just like that goat in its mother's milk. But let not their suburbs be sold, for it is an everlasting possession. If your brother has become impoverished or infirm of hand, and you take him in, like a newcomer or a sojourner, and he lives with you, and does not run away, I guess. If you take him in and he lives with you, like, as opposed to you take him in and he dies? Do not accept usury from him, nor anything more than what you gave. Fear your skytis. Wasn't there something about not living in fear just a moment ago?
I want to say I was paying attention.
25.
But no matter how hard I actually
25:18. No, wait. 25:9. No, wait. Yeah. Read 25:18 to us, please.
Accomplish my precepts and observe my judgments and complete them so that you may not be able to live in the land without any fear.
So that you may not be able. Yeah, sure. Okay. And then he says in 25:36, fear your skytis. I've been awaiting you. Fear your skytis, so that your brother may be able to live with you. You shall not give him your money by usury, nor exact from him an overabundance of produce. I am the Lord your skytis. Who led you away from the land of Egypt, so that I might give to you the land of Canaan, so that I may be your skytis, even though it's all still mine and I'm just lying, but whatever. And also, he's the Lord your skytis.
Seems legit.
But he's the Lord your skytis.
Yes. That's not.
That's your cue, Teras.
Wait. Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah. I'm just living in a completely different world.
If your brother, having been compelled by poverty, will have sold himself to you, what? You shall not oppress him with the servitude of indentured servants. So you can sell yourself to your brother?
Ka-ching question mark? Currency conditions.
Boy, am I glad that that's not a thing anymore, because I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos would own us all. Or maybe he already does.
No.
But he shall be like a hired hand or a settler. He shall work with you until the year of the Jubilee. After that, he shall depart with his children, and he shall return to his kindred, to the possession of his daddies. And what if his daddies died and they gave him almost nothing, and now he's completely broke, and that's why he sold himself into servitude in the first place? For these are my servants, and I led them away from the land of Egypt. Let them not be sold into the condition of servitude. They're literally servants. What do you mean? Do not afflict him by power, but be fearful of your skytis. Not the Lord your skytis, so that's a different one. We're talking about your skytis. Don't confuse the two.
Just the one skytis.
Let your male and female servants be from the nations which are all around you, and from the newcomers who sojourn with you, or who have been born from them in your land. These you shall have as servants. And By the right of inheritance, you shall transmit them to your posterity, and you shall possess them forever. But do not oppress your brothers, the sons of Israel, by power. So, basically, sons of Israel are not allowed to be sold into servitude. They're just allowed to be sold into a sort of pseudo-servitude where they're considered hired hands. They're basically servants, but they're technically not servants. If the hand of a newcomer or a sojourner will have grown strong among you, and your brother, having become impoverished, will have sold himself to him or to any of his stock, after the sale he is able to be redeemed. Whoever is willing among his brothers shall redeem him. Either the paternal uncle or the paternal uncle's son, or his close relative, by blood or by affinity. But if he himself will be able also, he shall redeem himself, considering only the years from the time of his selling until the year of the Jubilee, and calculating the money for which he was sold according to the number of years and the accounting of a hired hand.
What?
So if you want to buy yourself free or buy someone else for you, the price is, first of all, that's only possible every 49 or 7 years, whatever a jubilee is. I don't know if it's 7 or 49 years.
It's one of them.
And then you have to take the price that he was sold for, which you have to pay back, according to the number of years and accounting of a hired hand. So, and somehow adjust based on how long he was sold for and the price that you usually pay for a hired hand. So maybe that's like you subtract that. So if you sell yourself for, I don't know, 100, whatever their currency is, and then you work for 3 years, and each year if you were a hired hand, you would cost 10. Then if you want to buy yourself for free after 3 years, you would have to pay 70. Initial price minus the money that you earned the person, basically. I guess. Which also means that if you serve long enough, you just basically can buy yourself free without even paying, because you earned that person enough, more than they paid for you. I'm sure it makes sense to someone. If there will have been many years which remain until the Jubilee, according to these shall he also repay the price. Oh, so if you want to buy yourself free before or outside of a Jubilee, then you have to pay upfront. So it's basically, if you have a servant, you have them guaranteed for, let's just say 7 years, if it's every 7 years for Jubilee. So you buy someone 1 year after the Jubilee, and then another year later, they decide, hey, I want to buy myself free. Then they still have to pay for those 5 remaining years until the next Jubilee. That's just sort of the minimum duration of a contract, and if you want to get out earlier, you have to pay extra. That's at least what I'm understanding from this. If few, he shall determine the accounting with him according to the number of years, and he shall repay to the buyer by what is left remaining of the years. Yeah, I think that says what I just said. Probably. His wages being charged by what served before. You shall not afflict him violently in your sight, but if you look away, then it's fine. But if, by these means, he will not be able to be redeemed, then in the years of the Jubilee, he shall depart with his children. Wait, so if you cannot buy your freedom, you can just leave. After in the Jubilee, so after a maximum of 7 years. But if you can buy your freedom, then you have to pay. I mean, it's nice that there's this special clause included that just that helps the people that literally cannot afford it. But
is this like the really early version of Obamacare?
I don't know. I wasn't really enough into politics to follow that at all, so I have no clue how it works. But feel free to elaborate.
Oh, I don't know how it works either. As far as I know, it's just a health system for poor people. Because the American health system sucks.
The Americans have a health system?
Well, I guess, yeah, or lack thereof.
Where was I? Shall he part with his children because I guess he's poor? For they are my servants, the sons of Israel, whom I led away from the land of Egypt. Also, applaud me, please, bow down before me, and thank me for all eternity because I led you away from the land of Egypt. I'm amazing. Never forget that I'm amazing. Also, I led you away from the land of Egypt, and you should be thankful for that. And in case you forgot, I led you away from the land of Egypt, so...
yeah, good. Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
I guess this is one of the most important points, at least to him. I mean, maybe he just realized his audience that he's speaking to. They're just stupid, so he just has to repeat. Hey, remember that thing I did for you? Yeah, you better not forget. Leviosa 26. I am the Lord your Skytis. That's literally the first sentence. That's the sentence. I'm not even kidding. That's the entire sentence.
I need candy.
Oh my god, you know what you should do?
Okay, I want to pop off.
You should make out of iron an E. You know, make an iron E.
Yes.
And then put it inside a can. And then just at some random point when you're talking to someone, just say, I need candy. And then you open up the can and take out the E because it's a canned E. You are so welcome. You have no idea how welcome you are for that.
I don't think you understand how upset I am right now.
Would you like some candy?
No, in fact, I would not. Oh.
Yeah, I know. That joke was a little uncanny, I'll admit that.
You're just like a gift that keeps on giving, aren't you?
I am not your streamer. You shall not make for yourselves an idol or a graven image. The fuck is a graven image?
It is, yeah.
Is that like an image out of gravel? Or what does graven actually mean? Graven. Graven. What the F? Cool, I found the translation in German. I've never heard that word before. What the fuck? Cool, and if I type that German word into a different dictionary, it translates it to idol. So graven image is just a synonym for idol. Sure, good enough. Whatever. Neither shall you erect a monument or set up a conspicuous stone in your land in order that you may adore it. So you're not allowed to put up a stone with like a fake mustache on it. What the fuck is a
fucking god. Or conspicuous, i.e. visible.
How the fuck is a stone conspicuous? I don't... What?
It just means it's easily visible.
So you have to cover up all of the stone.
It's noticeable. That's what conspicuous means, noticeable. I.e. inconspicuous being, not easily noticeable.
So you have to cover up all of the stones with something else because otherwise you might notice them.
Yes.
Sure, why not? Also, for I am the Lord your Skytis. I just want to point out we're still on the same verse. We're still on 26.1, and we already had 2. Observe my Sabbaths, and be fearful toward my sanctuary. I am the Lord, but not your Skytis.
Just the Lord. Just the Lord. Okay.
If you walk in my precepts and observe my commandments and accomplish them, I will give to you rain in its time, and the ground shall bring forth its seedlings. The trees shall be filled again with fruit. So implying that if you don't follow all of these, you just don't get any fruit. So just get fucked yourself. The threshing of the harvest shall last until the vintage, and the vintage shall overtake the sowing. And you shall eat your bread to fullness, and you shall live in your land without fear.
Yes.
Yeah, no fear at all.
Do not fear, okay.
Those rules. I will give peace to your most distant regions. You will sleep, and there will be no one to strike you with terror. I will take away harmful wild beasts. Well, we see how that worked out. Looks at Australia. And the sword will not cross your borders. The sword, the master sword.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
You will pursue your enemies, and they will fall down at the sight of you. They see you and they just fall over and die. 5 of yours will pursue 100 foreigners, and 100 of you will pursue 10,000.
What? What sort of scuffed ass maths is that?
Maybe that's not math. Maybe that's just if you only hunt with 5.
That's not math. That's math.
Then you can hunt 100. But if you can gather 100 people of yours, then you can hunt 10,000. So it's sort of this strength in numbers. That do be kinda lit though.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
I actually can.
You're fired. Blazing humor, I know.
I'll give you that one. I bet it's hot now.
No, you're hot.
I will be in a second.
I will look with favor upon you, and I will cause you to increase.
No,
that's where my morning wood comes from. You will be multiplied, and I will confirm my covenant with you. So he will actually finally sign his contract? You will eat the oldest of what is old. And when
I love that sentence. The oldest of what is old. Oh no.
Yeah, let's just leave that between us.
Oh, wait.
No, I don't think I want to see it. Go away. You will eat the oldest of what is old, and when what is new arrived, you will throw away what is old. Okay, so you always eat what the oldest is, which makes sense, I guess, because that would probably go bad the soonest. And when you get something new, you throw out the oldest. Why not throw it out when it actually goes bad? So, like, how much are you allowed to have? How much backlog do you have, so to speak? Once again, not really explained here. I will set my tabernacle in your midst, and my soul will not cast you out. How nice of you.
I found it.
I will walk among you, and I will be your skytis, and you shall be my people. I am the Lord your skytis, who led you away from the land of the Egyptians, lest you serve them, and who broke the chains around your neck so that you would walk upright.
You're so welcome.
I also need a refill because we have to drink again. I don't think I get it, and I don't think I want to. Please go away, Teras. I think I might need a second refill just to process what you just sent me. But anyways, since I am the larger skytis, I am in need of refill.
Yeah, I bet you are. I'm going to refill my fire. It's been a really quiet chat this time round. Is anyone actually around? You fucking absolute heathens. I'll take that as a no.
Where the fuck was I? Apparently here. Oh yeah, I am the Lord your sky, that's right.
Oh yeah.
But if you will not listen to me, nor accomplish all of my commandments, if you despise my laws, and disdain my judgments, so that you do not accomplish those things which have been established by me, and so that you lead my covenant away into nullification. That's an interesting word that I have never heard before.
You've never heard the word nullification before.
I know what null is, I know what to nullify is, but I've never heard the word nullification before.
It's the process of making something null.
Oh, really? I could not figure that out myself.
Well, that's why I told you.
I am the Latioscitis, though. So, shut up.
Fire.
Put your hand in it.
How?
Maybe you should burn your beard.
I've already trimmed it, so it's not very burnable.
Imagine having a beard that you can trim.
Yeah.
Imagine having a proper beard without random patches of missing hair.
I'm sure you'll get there eventually.
No. I've given up.
That's not very optimistic.
Fortunately, it's under my chin, so you can't really see it most of the time, but it's still annoying. But
I mean, my hair was getting like quite long, so I had to actually trim it because it was starting to get a bit inconvenient.
Why? If it gets that long, if it goes down to your chest, that's when it starts becoming really fun, because then you can tie your beard to your chest hair.
I don't have any chest hair.
For maximum pleasure.
I just have hair on my face, that's it. I am fucking bald as a baby. Everywhere else.
Maybe it's time to change that.
I'll just fucking snip it and go.
So that you'll lead my covenant away into nullification. Then I will also do these things to you. Wait, which things? Like leading me away into nullification?
That's the one.
I think this is one of those threats where it's just like, if you do that, you will regret it. At which point, I have not technically threatened that I will kill you, I've just implied it. But legally speaking, I have not said that I will kill you. I think this is just... He's just trying to have a way to wiggle out afterwards and just being like, I just said these things. I meant giving you lots of money and treating you very well. It's not my fault if you think that I would kill you. Oh, no, wait. Okay, you know what? Let's actually correct that. There's a period here. It should just be a colon. Then it actually makes sense. I will quickly visit you with destitution and burning heat. So basically, you will bring me a sauna? which will waste away your eyes and consume your lives. All 9 of them?
Every single one.
Man, poor cat. In vain you will sow your seed, which will be devoured by your enemies. You just sow seeds out in the field, and then 5 minutes later, just enemies come digging up the seeds and just devouring them. Just fruit.
Chewing the seeds.
And the next morning you're like, wait, who the fuck dug up my entire field? Why are there no more seeds left? I will set my face against you. I'm still not sure if that's a threat or just like something I might want. And you will be subjugated to those who hate you. You will flee, though no one pursues. But if you will not be obedient to me in this way, then I will add 7-fold to your chastisement because of your sins. And I will. And I will crush the pride in your hardness. And I will give to you heaven above like Iron Man, and the earth below like brass. Okay, I think I figured out what you replaced.
What?
I think I figured out what you replaced.
I didn't replace anything.
Before we even started.
Oh no, I didn't.
Well, at some point you replaced Iron with Iron Man.
That was fucking ages ago.
Well, we haven't come up on Iron since.
Yeah, true.
Because I was wondering, because when I hear Iron Man, my first assumption is, oh yeah, that Diablo 1 challenge run. And then I realized, oh wait, the Marvel movie. Oh no, wait, you probably just replaced something. But you know what? Good job, because that's incredibly fitting. I will give to you heaven above like Iron Man. I like that. Your labor will be consumed to no purpose. The land will not bring forth seedlings, nor will the trees provide their fruit. If you walk as an adversary to me, and if you are not willing to listen to me, I will add 7-fold to your plagues because of your sins. Can't he just add avenged 7-fold to my plagues? Just imagine a plague overcomes your village and just avenged 7-fold plays. That's a band. Early. You didn't get the joke. Fuck you. And I will send upon you the wild beasts of the field, which will consume you and your cattle, which will reduce everything to paucity, and
Just
cause
you
your
and your
roadways
cattle,
to become desolate. What? Excuse
Cattle.
me? Yes, you can't spell cattle without cat. Correct. I know, you never realized that before. You're so welcome. But if you are not willing to receive discipline in this way, and you still walk as an adversary to me, likewise, I will advance against you as an adversary, and I will strike you 7 times because of your sins. Man, he's really obsessed with the number 7.
Yes.
Just wow.
Even like the 7 deadly sins. Yeah. See, number 7.
Maybe that's why the devil's number is 666, because it's just 1 less than 7, just to fucking spite him. So, maybe the Lord was like, asked the devil, before the devil became the devil, as in the bad person. It was like, okay, how many days are in the week, or how many times will I strike somebody? And just to troll, he was like, 6. And that's when it was decided, okay, you're going to hell. Because you're a fucking troll. Maybe hell is not all that bad. Maybe hell is just everybody's trolling around, having a good time, some banter.
I never understood why the devil is supposed to be the bad guy.
Teras?
He's the guy that punishes the guys who do wrongdoing.
But Teras, what if... Now bear with me, this might be a lot to take in, but just hypothetically, have you ever considered that this, what we're doing right now here, might already be hell?
No, well, I think it's more of a purgatory.
Well, Cat Peasant isn't even here, so it has nothing to do with purgatory.
You know what? I changed my mind. This is hell.
And I am the devil, and I'm here to punish you for your sins. 6 or 7 times, depending on how trolly I'm feeling. And I will lead over you the sword that shall avenge my covenant. And when you will have fled into the cities, I will send a pestilence into your midst, and you will be delivered into the hands of your enemies. And after this, I will have broken the staff of your bread, so that 10 women bake bread in one oven and distribute it by weight. You shall eat it and not be filled. What the fuck am I reading? Teras, help! Please read and then translate to not retarded.
What am I reading? Right,
26.
Right. After this, I will have broken the staff of your bread. So that the 10 women bake bread in one oven. But
I have a feeling you might need a little more RAM. Or is this just page swapping like mad? Also, nobody will get that nerd joke. Feels bad.
Paging file. Anyway. I'm fucking blank. This is some fucking next level bullshittery. This just sounds like a really badly written poem.
Maybe it's a haiku? Have you checked?
I'd prefer not to.
Okay, so after I've already done all of the other bad things to you, I will have broken the staff of your bread. So either they make bread on a staff, just somehow that's how they made it, or the staff, as in the personnel that attends to your bread, which would be the women that oversee it, your employees basically. So the staff of your bread, maybe that's referring to those 10 women, because then it says so that 10 women bake bread in one oven. So for some reason they also had ovens back then. But okay, I get maybe some primitive version of it. But okay, so he will have broken the staff. So the women, he just broke the women, I guess psychologically, so that the 10 women who are baking bread. What was saying?
Roll credits.
So that they distribute it by weight, because because usually they distribute it by gut feeling. And how dare you would distribute it by weight? You have to be broken in the head to do that. I just don't understand what that part is about. And you shall eat it and not be filled. Sure, you eat bread and you're still hungry. Yeah, that sounds like a punishment, but I think I found an appropriate comment to explain this to future readers.
Understandable.
Then,
I'm just doing things, don't mind me.
Then, if you will not listen to me through these things and you still walk against me, then I also will advance against you with the opposing fury, and I will chastise you with 7 plagues because of your sins. Did we already have plagues before? Just the pestilence and all that was not a plague? So much so that you will eat the flesh of your sons and your daughters. Okay, that's quite a threat. I will destroy your high places. So does that mean he's destroying my wheat?
Yes.
How rude. And I will and I will break apart your false images. You will fall among the ruins of your idols, and my soul will abominate you. So much so that I will reduce your cities to a wilderness, and I will make your sanctuaries desolate, and I will no longer accept the most sweet odors. And I will utterly ruin your land, and your enemies shall be stupefied at it, when they will have become its inhabitants. Then I will scatter you among the genitals. Is that a river or something? Why is it in uppercase? I feel like I've read that word before. Person of non-Jewish nation or non-Jewish faith, especially a Christian as distinguished from a Jew. Okay, so basically just believers in the Lord, I guess, in this context. And I will unsheathe the sword after you, and your land will be deserted, and your cities will be demolished. But didn't he say that these other people will become its inhabitants, and then they are just leaving the land deserted? Yeah, apparently the enemies have become the new inhabitants, and also the land is deserted, which is totally not contradictory. Because
what have we learned, or what has happened in the past 2 pages? Can you just quickly run this through me?
Don't go against the will of the Lord, because first of all, most importantly, pay close attention, because this is the most important part, okay? He is the Lord your guidance who led you away from Egypt. And then also, if you turn against him, he will not ruin you. He will not mess with you. He will utterly destroy, annihilate, and evict you from existence. And he will not stop. He will crush you into a small paste and small powder, and I don't even know. I just don't mess with him. At least that's what the threats are. I mean, we don't know. We don't know how much truth there is to those, but yeah. Then the land will be pleased by her Sabbath. Wait, who's her?
Yeah. Just a mystery.
What the fuck is this referring to? Her That's singular as well, because before it's your cities, which is plural, your land, which probably is not female. The sword? No. However the fuck you pronounce the genitals, dude, which is multiple. So once again, that doesn't work. We have the inhabitants, once again plural, enemies. Who? Literally just who the fuck is her?
Wait. No, you put the note on the wrong. Wait, let me.
I want to know specifically who her is referring to.
No. There you go.
No. Then the land will be pleased by her Sabbaths throughout all the days of her solitude. So while you will be in the land... No, wait. So while you will be in the land of the enemy, she will worship and rest in the Sabbath of her solitude, because she will not have rested in your Sabbath when you lived in her. Okay, I think we're talking about the land. Hold on. Let's assume we're talking about the land, okay? Let's just say her is referring to the land. In which case...
That's not how that works, but okay.
Your land will be deserted, and the land will be pleased by the land's Sabbaths. I mean, and the days of the land's solitude. So are you in the land? No, that doesn't add up. What? But when you lived in her, in which female object could you live? Other than your mother, I guess. But I have a feeling that this is not about mothers. So...
Really, what tipped you off?
So, lived in her. What did you replace here, Teras?
I didn't. That's 100% Bible.
But...
I'm pretty sure.
Who the fuck is her?
I mean, it's hard to be 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure.
She will wear... Is it the... Who is she? What else would you live in? You live in a land? You live in a city? You live in a house?
None of those are a she.
That's with your narrow-minded view. So what if it's cities? The land will be pleased by the cities, or your city specifically, because it's singular, Sabbaths through all the days of the city's solitude. So while you will be in the land of the enemies, the city will worship and rest in the Sabbath of the city's solitude. And the city will not have rested, even though it said that it rested. Oh, will not rest in your Sabbaths when you lived in the city. Well, make a better suggestion.
No.
And whoever of you will remain, I will send terror into their hearts, in the regions of their enemies. What? Whoever of you will remain, so of those who defy the Lord your guidance, the Lord, I, will send terror into their hearts, of those who still stand against him, in the region of their enemies. So if you're not in a region of your enemies, you don't have terror in your hearts? If you survived all of the plagues and things before? Which...
Yes.
The sound of a flying leaf will terrify them, and so they will flee, as if from the sword. It will fall, though no one pursues. And they will each fall upon their brothers, as if they were fleeing from wars. No one among you will dare to resist your foes. So basically, you're just permanently under intimidation/fear debuff. You will perish among the genitals, and the land of the enemies will consume you. Are you okay? But if some few of these still remain, they shall waste away their iniquities in the land of their enemies, and they will be afflicted because of the sins of their daddies and their own sins, until they confess their iniquities and those of their ancestors, by which they have transgressed against me and walked as adversaries to me. And I can't speak any more help. Therefore, I also will walk against them, and I will lead them into a hostile land, until their uncircumcised mind shall be ashamed. So believing in the Lord and following all of his rules is basically like cutting away the unnecessary fat of your brain, basically, just like circumcising it.
Fucking circumcise your head. Just the tip.
Oh, that's such a good insult. Yeah, you're the kind of person with an uncircumcised mind, aren't you?
Yeah, cat peasant is.
I know. Cat peasant is afflicted, but I don't think he's afflicted with an uncircumcised mind.
How do you know?
I think. I don't know.
Have you seen his mind? The looks circumcised?
No, but I've seen other uncircumcised things.
Send mind pics. Oh.
I bet they considered people with uncircumcised minds as sort of freaks back then. You know, just you're a weirdo, right?
Yeah, so God doesn't.
No, just like a freak, just something unusual. So if you have an uncircumcised mind, you're a mind freak. Chris Angel? Do you not know who Chris Angel is?
No.
He's a magician on television, but it's all just camera tricks and all that. He's just really shitty TV magician, basically.
I don't play. I don't watch television.
I don't anymore either, but yeah.
I never did to begin with.
Just basically, he's a TV magician, and all of his tricks are shit. But he's the mind freak. That's his title. I just realized, yeah, because his mind is uncircumcised, because he's defying God by doing magic. It all adds up now.
I'm gonna play Minesweeper now.
But the fact that you don't know who Chris Angel is completely ruined my joke, so...
You're so welcome.
I need a mind first. Mind your own business.
Comedy.
Then shall they pray on behalf of their impiety.
You pious fuck.
And I will remember my covenant, which I formed with Jacob. That's a name I haven't heard in ages. And Isaac and Abraham, while we're going way back. I will also remember the land, which when she will be left behind by them. So the land is she. Shall be pleased by her Sabbaths, enduring solitude because of them. Yet truly they shall pray for their sins, because they cast aside my judgments and they despise my laws. I will also remember the land, which, when she will be left behind by them, the people who are against the larger Skytis, I'm pretty sure she is the land.
Wow, that's rude.
Teras is playing Metronome, in case anyone's wondering.
No, I'm playing Minesweeper.
Yeah, but you're also playing Metronome at the same time.
Wow. Just rude.
I bet you didn't realize what I'm referring to.
I'm still not sure I do.
You just kept wobbling back and forth.
I always do it. It's a me thing.
Yeah, you're a metronome.
Thanks, very cool.
Just stopping in before I leave for the gym. You can't leave us. I'm scared of leaves.
It's a very interesting fear to have.
Shall be pleased by her Sabbath, enduring solitude because of them. Yet truly they shall pray for their sins, because they cast aside my judgments and they despise my laws. And even after so much, when they were in the land of their enemy, I did not cast them off entirely, and I did not so despise them that they would be consumed. No, aside from the wild beasts that he sent upon them to consume them and their cattle, nor so that I would nullify my covenant with them. For I am the Lord their Skytis. That counts.
Do not do that. Okay.
Please, no rustling noises. Indeed. And I remember. Indeed.
Yeah.
I think I found a new alarm sound. To get me up in the morning.
That's very alarming.
Get me up in 2 ways in the morning. And I will remember my original covenant when I led them away from the land of Egypt. The side of the genitals, so as to be their Skytis. I am the Lord. Does that count?
Yeah, sure, why not?
These are the judgments and precepts and laws which the Lord has granted between himself and the sons of Israel on Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses. Ha! Of Moses. Osmosis. Close enough.
Yeah, do that.
Leviosa 27. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying,
No, you didn't. Wait.
Speak to the sons of Israel, and you shall say to them, the man who will have made a vow and espoused his soul to Titus shall give the price according to the estimation. Hey, Teras.
Yes.
Translate. The man who will have made a vow and espoused, so just sort of married his soul to Skytus. So basically anyone that agrees to follow Skytus' laws and all that shall give the price according to the estimation. So if you decide to be a follower of Skytus, then what?
Well, you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah, so basically if you wanna watch my stream, you have to subscribe. Is that what this is saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, there is a lot of sacrifices and things you need to do in order to properly be espoused to Skytus. So technically, yeah, it is because of all the sacrifices and all the gold and things you need. It is kind of pay to play kind of thing.
Well, good thing that Cat hasn't already paid. If it is a male from 20 years to 60 years, he shall give 50 shekels of silver by the measure of the sanctuary. If it is a woman, 30. But from the fifth... Wait. Oh, so if it's a woman, I presume also 20 to 60 years old, she shall give 30 shekels instead of 50 for a male, which... That's surprisingly much, actually, considering how few rights the women's had back then. The women's, yeah, that's how plural works. The women.
The left question mark.
So that's actually quite a lot to ask from women, but okay. But from the 5th year until the 20th, a male shall give 20 shekels, a female 10. From 1 month until the 5th year, for a male, 5 shekels shall be given. For a female, 3. Oh yeah, sure, if you're a few months old, yep, right, I gotta pay the Lord my Skytus. Can't forget about that. And now back to crying and asking for whatever the fuck babies want. With spanking, probably.
Do not do that.
At 60 years and beyond, a male shall give 15 shekels. A female, 10. Wow, women are really... I mean, they're paying less, but the proportions are not really fair. Perfectly honest.
You proportionate fuck.
If he is poor, and he does not have the means to pay the estimation, he shall stand before the priest, and however much he will value him and see that he is able to pay, so much shall he give. I do have to give credit. There's quite a few rules for if you are poor and can't afford something, that you still don't die of poor.
Yeah, that is definitely very interesting, yeah.
It's considerate. But an animal which could be immolated to the Lord, if anyone has vowed it, shall be holy. And it cannot be exchanged, that is, neither better for worse, nor worse for better. Wait, what? An animal which could be immolated to the Lord. If anyone has vowed it, how do you vow an animal?
Yes.
I guess if you go to the priest and be like, hey, I don't have the money, I'll give you an animal offering instead. I guess at that point it's vowed. At which point it becomes holy and you cannot trade it away. Which sort of makes sense because you already promised it someone else. And if he has exchanged it, both that which was exchanged and that for which it was exchanged shall be consecrated to the Lord.
Oh no.
I mean, a little greedy, but I can understand the general idea. An unclean animal, which could not be sacrificed to the Lord, if anyone has vowed it, shall be led before the priest, who, judging whether it is either good or bad, shall set the price. But if he who offers it was willing to give, he shall add a 5th part above the estimation.
What?
I think if you try to give a priest an unclean animal, you have to pay 20% extra on top of what the animal's worth. I think this is what this is saying, but feel free to let me know what it actually means.
I've got absolutely no idea what's going on. Just as a general principle.
An unclean animal which could not be sacrificed. anyone has vowed it, so the unclean animal shall be led before the priest. So if you tell the priest, hey, I have an animal that can be sacrificed, it should be brought to the priest, and then the priest judges whether it's good or bad, realizes, hey, it's bad, and then sets a price. So, hey, usually a sheep is 20, but this one is 30, so it's only 10. If he who offers it was willing to give, so if you're still willing to give the dirty animal, he shall add a fifth part above the estimation. So then instead of paying 10, you pay 12.
Yes.
So basically, no, you pay the 2 extra. So you give the dirty sheep, which cannot even be sacrificed, and 2 shekels.
Yes.
This is the closest I can come to reasonable logic with this. If a man has vowed his house, and he has sanctified it to the Lord, the priest shall examine it, whether it is good or bad. Yeah, the house has been very bad. It's been hunting people at night and stabbing them. You've been a very bad house. You need to be
very naughty house. Starts fucking spanking it. You're just standing there like, what the fuck?
Whether it is good or bad, and it shall be sold according to the price which he will have established. Okay, by the way, if you weren't sold on the fact that the entire religion is a scam by this point, so the priest, who will always just be the offspring of who was the brother of Moses? Who the fuck his brother was?
Yeah, that's that one.
Like those people are always the priests, and they are in charge. They are just, you bring all the stuff to them, and all they have to do is pray to the Lord and do sacrifices. And if you want to sell or give anything to them, they are the ones who evaluate that. So if you have a super fancy mansion and they're like, yeah, that's $10, then it's $10. That's how it goes. So if that doesn't scream scam to you, then I don't know what else would. But if he who vowed it was willing to redeem it, he shall give a fifth part beyond the estimation, and he shall have the house. Wait. So if you're offering the priest a house instead of the normal payment, but then you have redeemed it, which I presume means given it away, so you sold your house, but you already vowed it to the priest, then you have to pay the price of the house plus another 20% of the estimation. I think that's what this means, but this is the Bible, so it could also just mean...
It's really tiring.
It could also just mean don't be a bad boy, be good and pray and just the Bible is all it's all riddles and you have to interpret it and all that,
No,
nothing should be taken at face value because Bible and mystery and ooh.
Do not do that.
But if he has vowed a field of his possession and has consecrated it to the Lord, the price shall be estimated according to the measure of the seed. If the land would be sown with 30 measures of barley, then let it be sold for 50 shekels of silver. Oh, so this time the priests don't get to estimate the value? This time there's actually fixed price? At least for this specific case. But that's only if you have 30 measures of barley. If it's 29 or 31 or anything else other than barley, yeah, you're just getting scammed again. If he has vowed his field, beginning from the current year of the Jubilee, as much as it may be worth, so shall it be estimated. What? He has vowed his fields, beginning from the current year of the Jubilee, as much as it may be worth, so it... I don't even understand what this is trying to say.
I don't understand what the Bible's trying to say.
Yeah, but you're not even trying, so that doesn't count.
I've been very passively pausing to try and concentrate. And it's not. It's just not. It's not. Nah.
But if, after some amount of time, the priest shall evaluate the money according to the number of years that remain until the Jubilee, then the price shall be reduced. So once again, we're using the deflation rule of how many years until the next Jubilee, which I presume at this point is every 7 years, but hey, who the fuck knows? But if he who had vowed it was willing to redeem his field, he shall add a fifth part of the money to the estimation, and then he shall possess it. So I guess if you said, yeah, you can have it, and then, nope, you can't have it, then you have to pay that plus 1/5 extra of the value. But if he is not willing to redeem it, then it shall be sold to any other. He who vowed it is no longer able to redeem it. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I understand what the fuck we're currently talking about. For when the day of the Jubilee arrives, it shall be sanctified to the Lord. And as a possession that has been consecrated, it rightfully belongs to the priest. There we are again with our scam. Are you okay?
Oh, this fucking Bible is what the fuck, Richard?
If a field has been bought and it is not from the possession of ancestors, it shall be sanctified to the Lord. The priest shall evaluate the price according to the number of years until the Jubilee, and the one who had vowed it shall give to the Lord. Yeah, so once again, depending on how many years left until the next Jubilee, which is every 7 years, the price changes. So it's basically like a predictable stock market. You know, you always buy right before the Jubilee when it's super cheap, and then sell right after when it's super expensive. Or the inverse, I don't remember how it works, but yeah. It's so fucking weird. Then, in the Jubilee, it shall be returned to the former owner, the one who had sold it and who had held it within the lot of his possession. All estimations shall be weighed according to the shekel of the sanctuary. What's the shekel of the sanctuary? Is that just their currency?
Perhaps?
A shekel has 20 obols. Oh, that's what a shekel is. Thanks, yeah. The firstborn, which belongs to the Lord, no one is able to sanctify or vow, whether it is a ox or a sheep. They are for the Lord. But if it is an unclean animal, whoever offers it shall redeem it according to your estimation, and he shall add a fifth part to the price. If he is not willing to redeem it, it shall be sold to another for whatever amount it was estimated by you. Wait, who's you? It literally says you. Teras, can you do me a favor real quick? Can you look for the word you? How many times is the word you mentioned in the Bible? How many times does the Lord actually directly address whoever he's speaking to? I think this is still all what the Lord is saying to Moses to say to the sons of Israel. Yeah, the Lord spoke to Moses, speak to the sons of Israel, say to them.
You gets mentioned in the Bible 2,787 times.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not paying enough attention then.
Yeah, it's like most of the words in the Bible, just the word you.
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 All that is consecrated to the Lord, whether it is a man or an animal or a field, shall not be sold. Neither is it able to be redeemed. Anything, once it has been consecrated, shall be the Holy of Holies to the Lord. Whatever the fuck that means. We still don't know, but hey, it is the Holy of Holies.
I bet it's full of holes.
Swiss cheese is the true Holy of Holies. And all that has been consecrated, which is offered by man, shall not be redeemed, but shall surely die. And all the tithes of the land, whether from the grain or from the fruit of trees, are for the Lord and are sanctified to him. But if anyone is willing to redeem his tithes, he shall add a fifth part to them. Out of all the tithes of oxen and sheep and goats, which cross under the rod of the shepherd, every 10th one that arrives shall be sanctified to the Lord. So we're literally decimating them. Like in the literal original meaning of the word.
Yes.
Cool. Sounds fun, I'm in. Where do I sign up? It shall not be chosen by what is good or bad. Neither shall it be exchanged for another. If anyone has exchanged it, both that which was exchanged and that for which it was exchanged shall be sanctified to the Lord and shall not be redeemed. These are the precepts which the Lord commanded Moses for the sons of Israel on Mount Sinai. This is still what the Lord said to Moses to say to the people. So the Lord is literally saying, tell the people, these are the precepts which the Lord commanded Moses for the sons of Israel. Also, we made it past the magic book, apparently. Oh, I found the... We are now in the book of Numbers. Numbers 1. Oh boy, I see fun. I see a lot of names if I just scroll down here. Like the names of whom these were, of Room, Elysium, I think we've had these
It's
before.
such a good thing. I have to leave now.
Ahilzia,
I
the
have
son
to
of
urgently go somewhere now.
Amishadai of Asher, Pagiel, son of Orkan of Gad, Eliasaph. There's so many fucking names. Like all of this is names basically. Finally, some family tree again.
I bet you missed that.
Looking forward to that. Well, it's surely better than do this and do this. Also, I am the Lord your Skytis. I let you out of Egypt. Do this, do this, don't do this, don't do this. If you do this, I will kill you. I am the Lord your Skytis. I let you out of Egypt. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Also, I am the Lord your Skytis, and I let you out of Egypt. I think I'm ready to move on from this. I'm ready for some numbers. Maybe the book of Numbers is just the exchange rate of sheep to shekel and all that. Just how much everything is worth. Maybe this is the guidance that priests use to evaluate stuff. Because otherwise, why the fuck is it Numbers? You know, the book of Genesis was the creation, the Genesis, the origin, basically. Exodus, they left Egypt. Leviosa, the Levites. Leviticus, Levites, probably, you know, the sons of Jacob, which are the Levites, I think. And the book of Numbers, yeah, the sons of Pi. I hope it hurts.
Do you remember approximately, what, 4 or 5 months ago now? When you messaged me asking if I want to read the Bible with you?
No, I don't remember.
I regret answering in the positive. I don't have very many regrets, but that's one of them.
How many regrets do you have?
Just the one.
I've prove it right now. Show me your stash.
Fuck. Oh, fucking hell.
Well, anyway, the book of Numbers. Numbers 1.
No. No. And
the last book.
No. You're literally not allowed.
You know, I can tank a $40 fine. That's okay. I can manage that much. If you're that cheap, I'm gonna continue.
Just fucking add a few zeros. Oh, just so you can get tempted.
Yeah, I can handle $40.
Yeah, I mean, I would have considered the $40, but no, not after what we've just been through for the past 2 hours. The absolute fucking mind-numbing, just pile of words that amounted to precisely nothing.
Think of it this way: we're on page 73, 80.
Yeah. We're very close, I guess.
It's not that much left, really.
That's why we can finish on next stream.
Yeah, we might be able to finish the entire thing. So I gotta make a note right now. I gotta find the new. I think this was the Old Testament, so I gotta find the New Testament.
Oh, hopefully the New Testament is a bit more cohesive.
Well, the New Testament has the part about eating. What was it? Eating shit or something? Whatever Torvik said.
I'm sure we'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
Well, as long as we don't burn that shit.
Oh fuck. While you wrap up the stream, I'm gonna be right back.
Maybe I don't wrap up the stream. Maybe I just continue. Yeah. Kind of thinking about doing some more Halo actually, but I don't know if I should. 4 p.m. I should probably just end it. So yeah, outro stuff. There's outro stuff. There we go. Rip Teras. I need somebody to raid. Who's streaming? Yeah, there's quite a few people. So that concludes today's Bible session. The last Bible session, which is from 2 weeks ago, because we didn't do any Bible last weekend, will be up on YouTube in, I think I've scheduled it for like 6 p.m. So yeah, just look on my YouTube channel in like an hour or two, or just subscribe, then you'll see if you want to catch up. We'll be back next Saturday with the usual schedule time, at least I hope so, unless something else comes up. But yeah, Bible reading every Saturday, provided that I can find the New Testament. But yeah, I guess we'll finish the Old Testament and then the week after probably start the new one. I don't know. If I can't find it, maybe I'll find the Quran or some other interesting book to read. We'll find something. Otherwise, Monday, Monday streams, the usual Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Doing that every Monday until I finish it, and then some other playthrough of another game. Whatever, same thing. Yeah, join the Discord. Follow the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe on YouTube if you would like to catch up on anything Bible related. Join Teras' Discord, for which you can probably type !Teras in the chat, or scroll down below if you're listening to the VOD on Twitch. Scroll down below, and in the info panel you will find under credits Teras' Discord. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then unfortunately you have to jump through some hoops, which is scrolling down to the description, but I'm sure you can manage that. So yeah, then you can join Teras' Discord and just bully him over there.
Yes.
Or alternatively, just discuss the Bible with us. How about that? Yeah, we need more people discussing the Bible with us on Discord. Either one, mine or his.
Just so you can tell you how wrong you are.
I mean, that's kind of a given, yeah.
I think we're getting to the point where we can call ourselves the experts.
I've already mentioned it several times. I'm pretty sure I've read more Bible than most people who consider themselves Christian.
Which is really, really ironic.
Yeah.
Which amuses me to absolutely no end.
Yeah, but to be fair, like after I could understand not wanting to read this, because first of all,
this is it's understandable but not excusable.
But who the fuck would want to read such a large book nowadays when you don't want to read anything at all in general? And even if you were willing to read such a book, that book is just. Imagine if you read the first, let's say, 5 pages of the Bible, which is already quite a lot. At that point, you just put it down, get your lighter, light it on fire, and just never go back. It's just, you don't want to do that, no. So I can understand that you need the right mindset. You need the right mindset to consume the Bible.
It's just really funny to me how people who believe in this haven't actually read this.
People just believe in what people tell them it says in there. Just like fake news threads where you just have a weird, misleading headline and people only read the headline. They're like, oh yeah, I've read that. Have you heard this and this? And they haven't even read the article where it says that, nope, it's actually not like this, it's the other way. People are just, they can't be bothered to actually fully comprehend and understand the entire situation because it just takes too long. Simply said.
To be fair, if we're struggling to understand this, I doubt,
of course.
I doubt people who are actually hardcore Christian believers would have any more luck than we do.
No, what we would need, what they would need, is just a Bible that is properly translated with annotations and explanations so that you can understand it.
I mean, to be fair, we are reading a really scuffed version of the Bible because I have read some verses from the sort of more commonly accepted one, which things make a little more sense. They're translated with a bit more context, but that still doesn't make them any better.
I stand by it. The Bible should only be consumed for entertainment purposes. Just as an example of a bad, stupid, overrated book. You know, just like a trashy movie. You don't watch it because you want to watch a good movie. You just watch it because it's so hilariously bad. That's why you consume the Bible.
Oh.
But anyways, I started we're rating Tenka today. He's doing Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. He's a speedrunner. He, I believe, alternates between some fighting game, usually a Mortal Kombat, and then every other day he does Diablo speedruns these days. So yeah, if you want some skillful speedruns, there you go. Probably he'll be back tomorrow with Diablo, if you're more interested in that. And final words, Teras? You have 5 seconds.